Hello everyone, welcome to Soulfire Studios. I'm your host Soul Reaper, and today we got another LEGO Megazord review. It's finally here! Today I'm going to be showcasing my LEGO Rampage Sentai Monstrojo or Power Rangers Rampage Megazord. This is the Monstro King or the Rampage Megazord. So, let's get into this, shall we? Before I take a look at them individually, this Megazord is composed of 3 components, and these Zords are inspired by the 2018 movie Rampage, which if you know what that is, then you know who these guys are. So let's get into them, shall we? First up is Kaiju Beast or the Albine Ape Zord. Now, this Zord is based on the albine gorilla known as George. And this guy, yeah, is pretty okay. The proportions are on par with a monkey. I mean, an ape, sorry. I do like how I designed the head. Here's the legs. Now, he has the 2018 movie color, so he's mostly white and tan. He's not the arcade game. Articulation, he includes an up and down at the head, back and forth in the arms. It can move in and out. No elbow bend, no hands. He can lean forward and upwards. His legs are not supposed to be moved, so yeah, most of these guys you will expect limited articulation. So let's move on. Next up is Kaiju Amphibia or the Swamp Croc Zord. Now she is based on Lizzie, the giant crocodile who apparently kind of looks like Godzilla. But anyway, basically she kind of looks like a croc. She's in this position, although her head does not look like a crocodile. Yeah, I tried to replicate her frills on her head. I'm pretty sure she has frills in the movie. But overall, the colors is okay. I used sand green for most of the colors. Articulation, she has a rotation at the head. It can look up a little bit, down right far. There's a ball joint at the neck, but that's only for transformation. Legs, both legs can move back and forth, but they can slide down. And the tail can move side to side, and this can rotate for transformation. So, not really much for hers. Again, you're gonna expect some minimal articulation for individual Zords. Let's move on. And finally, we have Kaiju Silva or the Direwolf Zord. He's based on Ralph. And yeah, this is the one that had the most problems when trying to make him. You see, the arms proportions is not that great. He kind of looks like a sheep with wolf's clothing. Even the head doesn't remind me of a wolf. Although it kind of reminds me of the endangered Panther Zord from my Endangered Protectors Megazord. Also LEGO Rangers, by the way. Yeah, he's kind of minimalistic. Especially the articulation, which includes a ball joint at the head, a hinge joint at this, but that's for transformation. Legs can move back and forth. This can crunch. Legs can move. The tail moves a little bit. So, yeah, all of these guys have minimalistic articulation, or minimal articulation. So, yeah, let's continue. Alright guys, let's transform them into the Monstro King or the Rampage Megazord. So, without further ado, let's combine! And here is the Monstro King or the Rampage Megazord, fully combined, and oh my god, it's so beautiful. I kept this for a while until I managed to make a video about it, but it's finally here. I like how it doesn't consist of Ranger color consistency, like auxiliary swords combined into a Megazord. I just really like this, although despite that, it just doesn't stand properly like this. But overall, it's a pretty good Megazord, and I do love it. I love the color scheme, I love how it's combined. It's perfect, and it's very easy and simple to separate them once again. So let's move on to details. Starting off with the head, it has these fins or wings onto it, and it kind of reminds me of the Ultra Soul Robo that I made months ago. Here's the chest piece, which has these two pieces. The arms, which has the crocodile hide in the shoulders. There's the tail. He also has skirt armor, side skirt armor. Here's the legs. Yep, basically legs. For articulation, it's decent enough. He can move, he can rotate his head. He can move up a little bit, no down. He can rotate his arms. It can move in and out. Shoulder pad can rotate, move out as well. There is a bicep swivel, although it's being blocked by this. There's an elbow bend. There's also open and closing of hands. He does have a waist joint, which I need to remove the ape arms in order to move it. He can only move side to side and can lean forwards. The thigh part of the legs is mostly the same, except with a knee bend and a foot rotation as well as a pivot. So yeah, his articulation is pretty basic, not that much to say, although there is some flaws about this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the side skirts can move back and forth and they can move out. I just forgot to mention that. So yeah. For size comparison, here is my previous review, the Transformers Cyberworld Cyber Change with Optimus Prime, comparing size to him. Now obviously they don't scale right because he's a Megazord and he's a Transformer, which to be fair, that's kind of like combiners. They're obviously not the same scale, although if they were in their individual components, they would be the same size. So yeah, overall, the Monstro King or the Rampage Megazord is pretty much the superiority of my original Megazords. Well, except for the Rescue X1 Robo. I still love it. Now, there won't be any auxiliary Zords, and I forgot to mention there's no accessories for this guy. He just uses his power to fight. So, yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and peace.